Hey guys, let's do mission 5 of the crew campaign. So a situation here is another conversation between Dmitry Tarasov, our protagonist, and Sergei Viktorovich Safronov, who Tarasov's been trying to basically get a job with in Moscow as a VIP pilot. There's just one hitch, and that's that the CEO of the company won't hire anyone who doesn't have extensive experience above the Arctic Circle, believing that only that will give them the deepest understanding of the helicopter's capabilities. So Tarasov's obviously not very happy about that being sprung on him. But in the meantime, we're being sent to take this helicopter to Krasnodar Approach for maintenance. So it looks like that's what we're doing on this particular mission here. Alright, so we've got some alternate aerodromes. We've got Gelendzhik on 126, Novorossiysk on 123, Krymsk 124, Krasnodar Center on 122. And then I guess they really want to draw my attention to this one, Krasnodar Region 1225. Alright, I'm assuming that's important. Average speed 190 kph, average flight duration an hour 10. To maintain a comfortable and smooth flight, nothing. So either they ran out of characters, which I know they didn't. I've written longer briefings than this. They're missing the rest of the requirements, which I'm assuming are exactly the same as before regarding all of our bank angles and G-forces and everything like that. So, same deal. Objective here, departure from HP Amulet. That's where we are now, where we've been for the last couple of missions. We've got an NDB we're not going to bother tuning to. Then we're landing at Ilsky, OGPD. It's an uncontrolled, and that's at 788, so we'll tune that one. And then we've got a landing, finally, the runway at Krasnodar Approach, ATC 128. Okay, so it looks like just kind of one stop on the way to Krasnodar, no problem. Temperature is -7, a little chilly. Cloud cover, base 500, so the clouds are low, and we're headed up those mountains over there. This could be interesting. All right, let's look at our briefing images. Scheduled servicing. So this is our flight route here. So we're going from where we are now at Amulet near Novorossiysk up to this, looks like a power plant, and then up to Krasnodar from there. So it breaks it up into 2 legs. That's a fairly long flight for a helicopter. And then, oh, this would be where we're landing at the end. So we're landing at the very end, apron 1, end of the runway. In place 15. Okay. So I'm taking a screenshot of that, and I'm taking a screenshot of this, and I'm taking screenshots of the briefing so that I have all that kind of stuff. Then I can reference it as we fly. All right, here we go.
Helicopter visual checks complete. Aircraft documentation is on board and checked. Doors and hatches are closed.
Helicopter checks out, no remarks. Altimeter pressure correlation coefficient tables checked. Altimeters checked. Total fuel load is 1,254 kilos. Takeoff weight is 9,140 kilos. Reserve fuel accounted for and included in the total fuel load.
Okay, crew reports accepted, helicopter inspected, no remarks. Let's get on with it. I'll request startup.
Roger, starting up.
Okay, so before we request startup here and they get into their whole spiel at the beginning of the mission, this is actually the second time that I've run this mission. The first time, for whatever reason, I didn't trip some particular trigger, I guess, and I got no voice lines almost at all on the entire first leg of the trip. I only knew to land because I was following GPS. I didn't get... And then once I landed, I started getting some voice messages, but most of them didn't have any audio accompanying it. And then when I got to the end of the mission, I had to guess where to land, and when I did figure it out, the mission wouldn't complete. So I figured, well, there's not much point in showing you that. It was just kind of a broken mess. We're going to try it again, and hopefully this time it'll go a little smoother. These missions are fragile. I know they are. All it takes is for, you know, the player to do one thing that wasn't expected, or for one little glitch in the way you're setting triggers, and the whole thing can just kind of unravel. So, like, I get it, but yeah, we're doing this one for the second time. Just so you guys know, this isn't my first time playing through this particular mission. Okay, let's request startup. Amulet 5-1, startup.
Amulet 5-1, startup.
5-1 is clear for startup. Wind at 1 meter per second, 317 degrees. QAV 763. Cloud overcast, 10 points with a cloud base of 500.
Passenger to crew intercom system check. How do you read?
Loud and clear.
Check complete, lightning and switch panels operational. No damage. Seat belts checked, locked and secure. Passenger seats and sofas checked and secured.
Thanks, Katerina. We're almost ready here.
Yeah, almost ready. We've almost started. Almost. Usual startup. Inverters and batteries. Circuit breakers. It's like my favorite part of the startup. Fuel. APU. Rotor brake. Lights. APU is up and running.
Safronov is on the pad. Katja, get him on board.
Sure.
Commander, course on the Eelski plant, 069 degrees.
Nice.
Taking magnetic declination into account.
Roger, I'll set the heading indicator.
Distance, 62 kilometers.
We're going to use this time. 069 for 62.
Andre, set the Arc-9 to the radio beacons and please turn up the volume so that we can hear them.
Roger. Eelski at 788 kilohertz. Proceeding outer beacon Krasnodar Approach, 493 kilohertz.
788, 493. Compass. Got a strong signal on both. Alright. Good. And then we can actually switch the radio to Arc-9 and we should hear the signal. There it is. Both engines are up. Corrector right. APU off. Rectifiers 1, 2, 3. Generators 1 and 2. Alright, now we can turn on all our stuff. Cabin lighting, exterior lighting. All of our heating. And we'll turn on the GPS, just in case we want to use that. Fly route. Actually, you know what? I think I'm going to put that on, and I'm going to put it to 50 meters this time and give myself some warning in case we're descending through the clouds and there's something there. Just because that cloud cover is pretty low. Alright. So, let's go path forward. We're going 62. We roll it aft and then it'll count up to 0 again, letting us know how close we are to our destination. Much further than we have to go. There. Map angle. Zero 069. Nice. Come on. Okay. Autopilot center channel on. We should get our radios tuned. I think we are tuned already. Amulet is 124.6. Yeah, we were obviously tuned already if we've been on the radio. Alright, do a quick check, make sure there's nothing else. Everything's on that we expect to be on. Then let's go. F10. Amulet 5-1, request takeoff.
Amulet 5-1, request takeoff.
5-1, clear for takeoff. Wind 317 degrees at 1 meter per second. QAV 763. Cloud overcast 10 points. With a cloud base of 500 meters. I recommend you climb above the clouds over the bay, then proceed above this weather. Novorossiysk control 124.6.
Okay, so we're gonna
Ready to take off. Ready.
Ready to take off. Ready.
The passenger is seated and seatbelt fastened.
Alright, so we're going to take off and we're going to circle around the bay, climb up over the clouds because they're below the mountaintop there and we don't really want to be climbing through at that point. Plus we have limits on how fast we can climb, so we have to be careful about that. Let's get ourselves trimmed for takeoff somewhere around here. We'll do nicely. Release the brake and bring in some collective, pedal, up we go. Alright, so the same idea as before, we'll just get ourselves up above the windsock, go out over this building here, then we'll do a nice gradual circle around the bay as we climb. Go. Huh. I'm banking a lot.
Novorossiysk Control, Romeo Alpha 22051. Departed from helipad Amulet, landing above clouds, direct Yelski OGPD.
22051, Novorossiysk Control, roger. IFR, climb to 800 meters. Contact Galactic Control, 126 megahertz.
Oh, 126, okay.
22051, climbing to 800 meters, switching 126, good day.
So I wonder if that's what I missed last time, was switching to 126. So if I do that now, I bet you that's what I missed last time. I'm climbing way too fast. That always happens whenever I look away. Hopefully I haven't, like, ruined my mission rating already. going into the clouds. Try to straighten out a little and just follow this course up. Probably ought to stay over the bay and keep circling. Maybe we'll take a chance. You know what? We're gonna live dangerously. Hey, there we are. We're up. Not a moment too soon, honestly. Alright, so we're supposed to stay at 800 meters, so we're actually up. We're a little... I guess it depends on which altimeter we look at, hey? 800 meters is below us a little bit. I need to stop looking at the radar altimeter so much and pay more attention to the pressure altimeter, because I'm pretty sure that's what they are telling me. That's the targets they're giving me. Icing. Anyway, our speed is good. We need to come down a little. Not too much. Honestly, if we were 100 feet lower, we'd be right over top of those trees anyway. Seems like I'd be cutting it a bit close. 100 meters, I think. Alright, do I need to check in with them, I guess? No, I shouldn't have to. Like, is there an F10? No. I haven't... I'm on 126. We haven't checked in with them at all, so I guess we just keep following the needle. I'm actually going to trim on this flight and get myself roughly level here. Trim. Oh, there we go. Hey, it's working! Nice. Okay, so it's actually working this time. That's very promising. Last time I'm up here flying along and I got nothing at all, so...
Yes, MkIII, are you with us? Why? So Andrew, what about you? Do you want to fly with me to the Arctic? MkIII wants to stay, so maybe you would too.
Well, I don't know yet. I haven't thought about it. It seemed like it was just about you.
Sorta ordered me to keep my crew, so make your decision. Yes, but don't forget, nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Guys, stop trying to persuade me. You're like demons and angels on my shoulders. One whispering in the left ear and the other in the right. I'll decide by myself.
1225. Okay, so I guess this I'm gonna have to check in an F10 probably. 1225. All right, let's try this.
Krasnodar region
Oh, there we go.
22051, good day. I'm passing up Krasky at 800 meters via hard transit Karski, landing on the Ilski OTP. Roger, will report entering Ilski.
Okay. While we were talking, we drifted just a little to the right. We gotta come left now. No big deal. Down to about 23k. 23k to go. Okay, down we go. Just going to go straight down through the clouds. And then once we're out of the cloud layer, we'll make our turn towards beacon. Assuming we even need to, it's still dead ahead. What I'm doing here to descend is I'm trying to maintain that 190 kph with the cyclic, and then I'm just reducing collective until my descent rate is 4 to 5 meters per second. And it looks like I saw a little crack in the clouds there. Looks like we're coming through the bottom. Alright, there's our power plant. Nice and easy to spot, I like that. Alright, now as we descend, we're trying to maintain about 150 kph. Or more. No reason to slow down too much too early. I say as I tend to overshoot landings, or have to go around because I haven't slowed down enough. Still descending, holding around 150.
Standard helicopter type landing out of ground effect. Landing heading 185.
185.
Heading 185, roger. Ready to land?
Basically straight back the other way. Okay.
Katya, prepare for landing. Instructor passenger.
Okay. The passenger is seated and seatbelt
in there. Yep. Alright, so we're going to try not to make my usual mistake here. We're going to extend a little more downwind. Now we'll slowly start to make our turn. Also have to be mindful of our bank angle. This is a VIP mission after all. Let's start slowing to 120. Continue to descend. So we need to stop our descent now. We're going to end up too low. Slow. We can hold this. It's about 100 kph. We can hold that basically all the way in. We're going straight in from here. Hold it until the buses, and then we'll slow down and lose our effective translational lift. Bring in some collective and set her down.
Touchdown.
There's a stable position.
There's a halo over there. I want to fly that in DCS.
Andre, set Arc 9 on Krasnodar Approach.
Roger. Then heading 52 degrees. Climb to flight level 800 meters. Distance to Pashkovsky, 53 kilometers.
53.
Passengers, fasten seatbelts. We are taking off.
The passenger is ready. I'm also in position.
Okay. So then we can start by flipping the Arc 9 to our other beacon. Here. Then we're going to change this to 52, 53. So let's turn this off. Zero this out. See, like, that was right at 0. Look how accurate this thing can be. And 052 for 53 kilometers. Starts to scroll fast if you hold it for a little while. 52. On. Alright. And we also still have our GPS. We should set our course while we're at it. Okay, so I came in from this seat. Let's continue the flight from this seat. Now retrim for takeoff, right around here. And up we go. get out past those towers before we turn. Alright, so now we just take our heading 053, sorry 052, give or take, basically just chasing the beacon.
Krasnodar region 22051 airborne, direct Krasnodar Peshkovsky, IFR with decreasing visibility.
25051, climb to 800 meters. Approach, contact tower 128 megahertz.
128.
22051, climbing to 800 meters, switching 128, midday.
Alright. So I'm going to trim it right there. Then I'm going to try to tune to 128. Alright.
Did you make your choice about it?
Almost, Sergei Viktorovich.
That registers a helicopter as per regulations. Take a taxi and go to the central office with the documents. Send me the transfer statement.
I decided. So what do you say, Andrew?
I'm with you wherever you go. Let it be the Arctic or America, it doesn't matter.
I don't think we're going to America just yet.
That's far from my pension. I need to get the most experience I can. How long will we be on this business trip?
Off for 3 months, but I don't know for sure. Schedule won't be approved for another week.
Okay, in general, I informed you of my decision.
I accept, Andre, and I'm very happy to hear that. Yes, MkIII. We'll send you a video of the polar bears.
Should be just about out, 800 meters coming up. Yep, there it is. Alright, so we're gonna fly just above. They really want us like skimming the clouds. I've also drifted a little bit too... I guess it depends who you ask. The beacon is to the left, but heading indicator is dead on. But it is drifting now, so let's come left. We're almost there. 1.2. About 22 kilometers left to go.
Krasnodar Peshkovsky Tower, 128 megahertz, Dima. You need to report our approach.
I'm on it. Actually, you're Dima. You do it.
Krasnodar Peshkovsky 22051, altitude 800 meters IFR. We will execute runway landing.
Runway landing, fun.
Weather conditions according to the latest statement. Winds 317 at 1 meter per second. Cloud base 500 meters. QFE 755 millimeters. At an altitude 300 meters. Have you configured your radio navigation devices? Check the frequency of the NDB 4903 at 240 kHz. Report to the outer beacon.
493.
22051, roger. We'll report outer beacon.
240. Which one's the outer beacon? I don't know which one is the outer beacon. We're gonna cheat. Okay. Outer beacon is apparently 525 and 303. So that's neither of them. Okay. I don't know. Or was that? That's center. That's why we're going to Pashkovsky over here. 240 is the inner, 493 is the outer. Alright. So
Landing approach as per the flight plan and the kneeboard. Andre, you have the controls.
Yes.
Ready to land?
Flight plan and the kneeboard, okay? All the way through all the kneeboard pages. Yeah, so that's exactly what we did. That's cool. And here, nothing fancy for that one. Okay. We'll not descend that quickly. So we're in the clouds. Speed's okay, a little quick. Descent rate's good. We need to bank a little bit for our beacon. We'll descend a little faster than that too. Descend a bit more. $600 meters. So the clouds go from 5 to 800 meters. Another 100 meters to go, and then we should be out of this. Break. Go. Meters and we are out. Okay. Head for that outer beacon. Oh, we're like right on course. Wow, that's awesome. So it's actually not awesome for a couple of reasons. So this is Krasnodar Pashkovsky. This is where we're about to land. And we're approaching from the southwest. So we're from down here, and we're headed straight in for this runway here. However, this runway is not actually part of Krasnodar, at least not according to DCS. You see this black circle around the right runway? This is Krasnodar Pashkovsky's quote-unquote sphere of influence. This is what it considers part of the airfield. And anything outside this black sphere here is not part of Krasnodar. What they do is they pick a center point on the runway, and then they extend out from there about a mile, about a nautical mile, in all directions from that center point all the way around. What happens at some of these larger airfields where there's multiple runways is that they pick that center point on one of the runways, and then the other one doesn't fall into that sphere. You have that problem at Abu Dhabi on Persian Gulf as well, and probably a few others. So we're coming in for a landing right now down here for this, which isn't a runway. If I were to land here, I'm not sure if the game would, like, DCS certainly wouldn't register it as a landing at the airport, and I'm not sure what the mission would do. The other problem that makes this not so awesome is that we are currently coming in here. We're approaching in this sort of northeasterly direction. But our landing, like our wind demands that we land this way to the southwest. So we actually need to come in and turn around and land this way. But because, you know, at the end of an hour-long mission, and I'm not paying attention, and as you're going to see some issues with the default in-game ATC, I tried to land the other way, and it leads to some issues. So let's take a look, but keep in mind that it's not entirely my fault. It's also oddities with the DCS core game and its engine. Just continue this descent, I guess. Maybe try to slow a little. I don't need to actually call inbound on F5, do I? Do it anyway.
Commander, you need to request landing.
Oh, I'm at the wrong one. No, I'm not. Am I? It's that one over there. Yeah, right. It's Krasnodar. It's over there. That's the outer beacon. Why am I not... Well, that was slightly confusing because it took me right to that one. Am I supposed to land over there? Krasnodar Pashkovsky is a bit of a weird one, because the left runway over there doesn't actually register as part of the airfield. There, this looks more like the pictures. Is this even a runway? Ugh. There's somebody on that runway. Or is this just a taxiway? Yeah, there's someone on that runway. You know what? Screw it. We're not going to do a runway landing. We're just going to go to that parking spot over there. If the mission doesn't complete, well, we'll figure it out as we go. But they're not giving me permission to land. There's somebody there. Like, it's got to be just a taxiway. I guess I was on the right course, wasn't I? So why is this one lit up and the other one isn't then?
Two hours later.
Okay, well, we're lined up. We're over the outer beacon. Switch to the inner beacon. Okay. Come on. And like, this is not the mission creator's fault. This is DCS's built-in ATC being what it is. Slow down a little. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to try to touch down with effective translational lift. Means probably going to touch down around 100 kph, somewhere in that 60 to 100 range. We could touch down much lower speeds, but you know what? We don't get the chance to do runway landing very often. Missed the threshold just a little. If we slow down pretty quick, it doesn't really matter. Alright, let's start slowing. Bring in a little collective to reduce that descent rate. Touch down there. It's a little wobbly, but we're down just below 100 kph. Now we do some aft cyclic. Let's reset our trim first of all, and then some brakes. Taxi to parking, can do. Alright, so we're going to turn here. And we have to taxi our way back over there. Man, the DCS ATC is frustrating sometimes. So total runtime so far has been about 1 hour and 5 minutes. It's a fairly lengthy mission for just a, you know, straight and level flight most of the way. A bit of a filler mission almost. Anyway, I just wanted to mention that it's totally not the campaign developer's fault that the first time around it kind of broke. These things are fragile, the triggers are a pain, and if the user does anything they're not expected to do or forgets to do something, it can totally break the rest of the mission. So I get it. It's just tiring to have to do a 1 hour mission twice. Oh well. We're good. We're done. Let's see how we did.
We have arrived.
mileage, shut down the engines.
Well, thank you for the flight. Хорошо. Stay in touch.
Good, Sergei Viktorovich. Good luck.
The client left the helicopter.
We should do the same. The faster the better.
Okay, how'd we do? How'd we do? Mission rating, good. That sounds about right so far for how we've done. I'll take it. Alright, we'll go through the usual shutdown. Let's turn off everything that requires generators. Okay, that about does it. Corrector left. Oh, you know what? I forgot about rectifiers and generators. Should have shut them off first. Oops. Throw that one to manual, that one off. Kill the engines. Throw the rotor brake a little bit early. Turn off the fuel. Circuit breakers are all off. Inverter off. Batteries off. We are cold and dark. All right. See you guys next time.